Welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival with Johnny J. Appleseed. I'm going to be starting a new single player game to do a let's play on, and this is version 1.0, Empyrion Studios release version, as they put it, of this space sci-fi survival game. It's a block builder, it's an open world, and it's got sort of some storyline elements, but don't let the release tag fool you. This game is not finished yet. There's still a lot of stuff that seems to be needed to be added and put into the game, but otherwise I've been playing this game for quite a while. Been involved in another YouTube creator Spange's community for a bit now, and I'm a moderator on Spange's Discord and Spange's sub-only server, the Broken Eden server, and I quite enjoy the game. It has its faults, it has its problems, but for the most part it's quite nice. And it's not super complex, and I think that's part of the nice thing about it. It's pretty easy. It's a pretty easy game to play. There's a couple of stuff you need to learn, a couple of stuff you need to figure out, but for the most part it's nice. You can get on with the game pretty easily once you figure out the basic mechanics. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of building. I'm going to try to use stock blueprints that come with the game wherever possible. I may modify them a bit in-game, in survival, but for this let's play I'm going to stay away from using any of my builds or anyone else's builds wherever possible. As much as possible I'd like to try and find and reuse any kind of craft available in the game that I can fix and build, and like I said, the stock standard blueprints that come already preloaded with the game, I'm going to see if I can use those as much as possible. You will see a lot of blueprints in my blueprints library. I'm going to try to avoid those as the ones that I have used, built, or used from other people, from other creators, and see if I can make this. Let's see if I can make it on stock blueprints only. So we're going to start a new game. It's a single player survival, and we're presented with a choice of planets. There's the temperate starter, and I'll give you guys a minute to just read through everything on there. Pretty good temperature range, 0 to 43, 0.94 Gs, a little bit lighter than Earth gravity. No permanent or persistent radiation. Atmospheric density is 1.3 kilograms per cubic meter. I'm not sure how that relates to or compares to Earth, but it's got an oxygen concentration of 16.95% and is therefore breathable. Deposits on the planet: iron, copper, silicon, promethium and gold. That's very useful. Promethium is used for power, gold is used for things like EVA boosts and the CPU extenders, which we'll get into later. You start in an escape pod with basic equipment and the tutorial is activated. The other option is the arid start. Similar settings there, but this is not breathable. Now the difference there is that you'll start with a spacesuit, whereas the temperate one you'll start without a spacesuit. Also escape pod start, equipment basic and tutorial. This one doesn't have gold, so that's going to make it a little bit harder. Swamp start. This has got a lot more got some more resources, especially a restroom, which is usually pretty hard to find. This is a much harder start because there's a lot more creatures that are going to be coming at you, and the terrain is harder as well to travel through. It's generally a more difficult start. Then we have the snow start. This is a really hard start because you get cold straight away, and being a breathable start, I'm not sure if you actually get a spacesuit with this straight off the bat. It is a hard difficulty, basic equipment and escape pod. So to make things not too hard and to not drag the early game progression out too much, I'm going to start with the temperate start. It's the easiest start. I'll be able to move forward the quickest with this one. Right, so here we go. I'm waiting for the playfield to load now. So yeah, I mean, I've got a range of blueprints and stuff that I've already, built on my own and used from others, which I could use, but that would make things a little bit too easy for me, I think, because those things are all honed already and tried and tested. That's why I'm going to go see if I can go with stock blueprints. Just waiting for this to load. Hopefully it won't crash. Let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. Coming down in my escape pod. This is the starting area. So I need to find a nice place for my pod to land. I see there's some wreckage over there. I'm going to try and steer towards that. Looks like a big chunk of wreckage that I can hopefully salvage some stuff from. See if I can get as close as possible. It's going to be a hard landing. No retro thrusters, no soft touchdowns. Okay, so let's take a look. Take a moment here. This is the tutorial that's going to walk us through the storyline and everything. So we're just going to go through this here. So IDA or IDA or Integrated Digital Assistant, emergency situation detected, and protocol UCH001A has been initialized. So let's proceed. Ship status: destroyed due to malfunction in the engine systems. Current situation: crashed on an unknown planet. Pilot status: successfully abandoned ship in escape pod. Pilot health: low but stable. Integrated data assistant online. Welcome back, Commander. Glad to see you alive. Currently evaluating the situation. This will take a few minutes. In the meantime, make sure to pick any item from your escape pod using the F key before you go elsewhere. That should be anywhere else. Some grammatical stuff there. Let's have a look. Okay, that's what's in the escape pod. Some emergency rations, some purified water, a detector, a survival tent, and an ore scanner. Okay, starting the journey. You barely escaped an inferno with your life. You survived a hard crash in a battered escape pod. You faced the dangers of this unknown world. You faced the danger. I think that should be faced the dangers of this unknown world. Now it's time to find some answers. Right, let's go. So that's the start of the story mission. See if I can get this stuff. I've got my... Okay, no, that won't let me do that. Right, Commander, just for your reference, I've been storing our sensor and event logs since Apollon Station in the database. Do you want to retrieve them now? Okay, so this is all storyline stuff, so let's see how this goes. I'm not going to read all of this out, it's going to kill my voice. But you can read and follow on the screen. Okay, so something about a wave rider protocol. Apparently they're very excited about that. I think Dave is Hal's cousin by the sounds of things. Giant leap for mankind. Okay. Alright, interesting. This must be something Dave added to my logs. Okay, that's nice, but who's Dave? Dave is probably some kind of AI or something by the sounds of things. Ho ho! Come on, Johnny J. Appleseed. So they've actually included my player name. They've integrated my player name into the storyline. Nice touch there. Server, okay. Servitor. Apparently I had a partner named Alex. So the Titan. Titan I think is a spaceship. Or at least that's the MS Titan. We'll get to that later. Don't forget the cake. The cake is a lie. Okay, incoherent babbling apparently from myself. Before you leave for the Titan. Okay, so the Titan is the ship, or rather the MS Titan, I think it's supposed to be called. And apparently it was my anniversary. Well, now. So it doesn't seem to be too helpful. Okay, so we were taking a trip somewhere. The station AI. So Servo and Dave are apparently station AIs. Okay. Good luck riding the wave. Alright. See what's next. I think this will be a lot more interesting if they get somebody to voice this. But then they won't be able to put your player name into it. Like they are now. Then it'll have to be a character. They'll have to like create, turn it into a character that you're playing, not your character that you're playing. Okay. Dialogue could use a bit of work. It seems a little bit chopped, a little bit, some of the jokes seem to be a little bit pushed. Okay, there's Dave again. How did they not know that already? Okay. So sounds like they were going to use some kind of wave system to travel on. Okay, so there's a bit of the I don't know, it looks like we missed something happening there. Apparently we skipped ahead in the story a little bit. Doesn't seem to explain what's going on. We just have this sort of detached, new conversation that's going on. Apparently I clearly remember what follows. Okay. Right, sounds like something is going wrong. More broken conversation. Okay. Alright, so now we have some kind of accident. If it was only energy signatures, is that a question or a statement? More stuff going wrong. Biological noises. That can't be good. And apparently we have pests. Alright. This feels a bit long-winded. Either this needs to be spread out a little bit more, or it needs to be condensed somehow, I think. Okay, so something about the wave has caused a problem. The wave rider protocol, something like that. Okay, now things are blowing up. Alright. And evacuating. Energy-based survival multi-tool. Okay, and they're just gonna cram that in there, just like that. Sommer net so, as we say in Afrikaans. Right, so the evacuation. Okay, so we're evacuating the station. Where does the ships come in? How do we get here in a ship if we're now in a station? Okay. So we're still in the station. Okay, so apparently there's a whole bunch of foreign creatures now, or some kind of creatures loose in the station somehow. and there's no explanation how that happened. I don't know about you guys, but this all sounds a little bit like the start of Half-Life. Or is it just me? So, performing an experiment in a lab, special suit, things go wrong, creatures appear, scientists and engineers die. Anyone else notice that? So, I don't know, guys. Elion, maybe you want to take a long look at your intro script there, and maybe you'll realize that it sounds like the beginning of Half-Life. But you see, there it's a whole sequence that you play through and you're interactive with. Okay, so there apparently we're going to the Titan. Again, now how did we get? A data package. This is all very disjointed. Okay, so tracking usage, fleet signal sent from nearby station. Alright. So you can see my cursor, there's my player character, this is my PJs. I don't have a suit on, this is just like my basic clothing gear. This is my inventory, I press tab to get that or whatever you set it to. So in here I've got energy bars, I've got a portable heater, bandages, antibiotic ointment and antitoxic ointment. Antibiotic is effective against dermal burns, frostbite and necrosis. How does antibiotic work against it? Never mind. Ask the questions, I'll tell you no lies. Antitoxic ointment is effective against poisonous bite and dermal parasites. Here's my energy-based survival multi-tool. This is a health pack, bandages there, emergency rations, which I'm going to hold on to for now. Got my detector, my ore scanner, which I don't need to equip anywhere, but still takes up a slot in my inventory, and survival tent. Survival tent acts as a bed / respawn point. The ore scanner is necessary for a type of ore called subsurface ore rocks, which are more easily visible if I have an ore scanner. Down the bottom here I've got a jetpack icon, my helmet icon. I don't have a jetpack or helmet at the moment because I don't have a suit. O2 is available because I'm in a breathable atmosphere. Gravity is available because I'm on a planet. And base cannot build nearby icon. That means that I'm in a zone where I can't build anything. Apparently I'm in a PvP playfield in my single player game. Yeah. And material transmitter or Wi-Fi will be active while you're in range of a logistics network. Press F4 to use. Okay, then in my suit I have a basic constructor called the survival constructor. I can make myself another gun, I can make a water detector. These don't cost anything apparently. I can turn purified water into emergency oxygen. Survival tents require plant fibers. Plant fibers can be picked up from plants. Herbal leaves and plant protein, again pickups. antibiotic ointments, alien tooth, which is loot from creatures, herbal leaves and plant proteins are both pickups, plant fibers, plant proteins for bandages, plant protein from vegetables, and energy bars, again from plant proteins, and these are pickups. Buds gives me a hot beverage, effective against hangovers and bad trips, and also warms you up. And then energy drink is effective against stunned, but it does have a side effect to it. Vegetable juice, which gives me 43 health and cools me down. It's effective against hangover, made from 2 vegetables. Got a water O2 condenser, which will generate water and oxygen for me. Requires 2 iron ore. Iron ore is available from surface rock that I can collect. Portable heater cooler and portable constructor, which is probably one of the very first things that we're going to be unlocking, because that's what we need to do pretty much anything with in this game. Alright, stats wise, my health is half, my food is less than half, and hasn't been helped by standing here the entire time reading through that very long introduction. Stamina, it's just gone down by another point. Stamina is 500, and I don't require any oxygen at the moment. Suit temperature is 25, body radiation 0, I'm level 1, 0 unlock points, no money to my name. Interior suit, in other words my PJs, no armor value, no durability, and my current comfort zone is from 15 to 35 degrees, 0 radiation protection. Okay, at the top here, that's my player menu. This is the logistics menu, but I'm not in range of anything with logistics. This is my tech tree. And here under miscellaneous, portable constructor, it's the first thing I need to unlock. But there's all the equipment for bases, capital vessels, small vessels, hover vessels, miscellaneous stuff like elevator blocks, small vessel starter blocks, which are now locked. I have to unlock those in order to build a small vessel from scratch, and I had to unlock the capital vessel in order to build a capital vessel from scratch. Large fuel packs, fusion cells, elevator blocks, flares, portable heater coolers, auto miners, very useful devices. You place them over a surface deposit, a planetary deposit, and it mines rock for you over time. Force fields, wireless connection, and ventilators. Tools, so multi-tools, drills, ore scanners, which I have, but which is locked. Well, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Weapons needs to be unlocked. I can build a pistol. Light armor is the only armor I can build. Everything else has to be scavenged. NPC reputation, I am hostile with, or sorry, I'm unfriendly with the Xerax, which means they'll shoot me on sight, funny enough, but neutral with pretty much everyone else. There's no one else in the game, and no idea who neutral factions are. This is the PDA, solar missions. This is what I'm on currently, starting the journey. And it'll go through, I'll go find the station, crash site station. I think that should be crash site, not crash, in any case. We'll get through that. There's some Polaris missions as well, some Talon missions, some Xerax missions. I don't believe there's any achievement or anything like that for completing missions from all 3 races. So, yeah. Then there's a list of stuff that you can go through on your own. This is the blueprints factory. So as you can see, there's lots of blueprints here that I've used or created, but we're going to go with stock blueprints only, and they can be sorted into bases, hover vessels, small vessels, and capital vessels. You pick one send it to factory. It gives you the list of ingredients that you need. You put everything in there. It's got a build time. If you put in whole components that contribute to the resource requirements, that brings that build time down. So there's a couple of those kinds of things that I'll be using during the Let's Play. That is, I think, logistics menu. It doesn't give me a tooltip. This is the registry. We'll go through this later on. This is the map. That's the teleport station. Nothing we can do with that right now. This is where we are here. This is the planet we have. Fog of war, areas we haven't explored. This is the solar system map. So Venutor is the planet we're on, with one moon, Venutor moon. There's a gas giant Alpha 01, or Alpha OI, or 0I, not sure about that, with 3 moons that we can go to. And then there is a space playfield. So I'll just activate the info panel there quickly. So it's space asteroid field, and ooh, there's lots of nice resources there. So looking at Venutor, if we have a look at the planet, there we can see iron, copper, yes, silicon, promethium and gold. If we have a look in space, we've got iron, silicon, copper, cobalt, more promethium and magnesium. Go back to planet view, we click on the moon. Okay, the moon has got iron, silicon, cobalt, magnesium, titanium and pentaxid. These ones as well. Resources for that moon, and that's it for our solar system. If we have a look at the galaxy, let's turn on territories. Okay. Ooh, okay, so it looks like we start outside of any specific territory in a solar system called Empyrion. Nice. Yeah, named the starting solar system after the studio. Well done. Alright, so that red space over there, that is Xerax territory. That purple space is Creel Empire. Below us, we've got the sort of mustard or orangey color area. That's the Polaris Megacorp territory. We've got a small little yellow territory over there. It doesn't seem to have very many planets in it. It looks like, what, 6 planets? That's the Pirates. And then another sort of medium-sized territory over there. That is the Traders Guild. We zoom out here a little bit. Off in the distance there, that is the Legacy. That's our end game. So we got to cross this galaxy, this huge galaxy. We don't even have to go that far. We're only going through one section of it, really. But yeah, there's this massive galaxy to play in, and everything's sort of clustered in one corner. Not great, but there we go. Okay, so it's nighttime already. What a lot of waffle. I'm not going to go anywhere right now, so I'm going to plop my tent down and hit F to get to the next day. So I'll fast forward and pick that up. I don't want to leave it there. Survival tool, defense mode for shooting stuff, resource draw mode, drilling into the ground and surface rocks, salvage mode for going up and taking things apart. And you'll see I've got 2 steel plate there. Now there are all sorts of things that give you experience points, actions that give you experience points. Finding things like this wreckage that I just found now will give me experience points. Picking plants, killing animals, mining ores, building, placing blocks and retrieving them. So I pick up that plant proteins, I get XP for that. There's plant proteins, survival constructor, and make a energy bar out of that. And then over here we've got some plant fibers. Pick up the fibers, some more fibers, lots and lots of fibers. Fiber is good for you. Okay, so here's some surface rocks. That's copper, this one's iron. Switch to mining mode, resource drill mode. Okay, it tells me iron bearing rock. So I'm going to break that, bring the hit points to 0, and I'd get 2 miniature versions of that rock. Same with the copper, and 2 mini versions of the copper. And I've unlocked level 2. I hit F3 to go to my menu, and I've got the points now to unlock the portable constructor. Yes. Something I didn't mention here, notice these little colored blocks on the items here. This tells you what devices you need to construct them. At the bottom here you get survival constructor, that's the one in your suit. The portable constructor is the one I've just unlocked, that's yellow. Small constructor is a base block. SV constructor goes inside an SV. Large constructor is also a base block, but it's a much larger constructor. And advanced constructor is an advanced version of the large constructor. It takes up the same amount of space. They don't show hover vessel constructor, but I take it everything that you can make in a hover vessel constructor can also be made in an SV constructor. Okay, so more fiber, and we got something lying over here. So this is a damaged hover bike. I think I'm supposed to get to this later on actually. But yes, let's go to the teleport station. While we're on the way there, we're going to pick up lots and lots of plants, because plants, especially protein plants, they give you food. And they have discovered a subsurface silicon deposit. We'll get back to that, but here's some animals that I can shoot. They're not exactly very running away, are they? Okay, well, there's one dead animal. I can get some meat and egg from it. Okay, so there we go. And here is another opportunity to use the detector. Found a wreckage. There's some resources, more points, more copper over there. Run through here. Oh, and my stamina's out. Let's see if I can bunny hop. This apparently works pretty well, though. I don't know. This is another plant you can collect stuff from. Natural sweetener gives you 30 health, full food, so on and so forth. Okay. So we want protein, more protein. I think we need some more iron as well. Right, let's have a look here. Needs 3 iron ore. Right, and I have 10. Okay, we're going to make a portable constructor. Let's see if I can get to this teleport station. Another POI discovered. Find station. Right, found the station. Signal source is not here, it's emitting from another position nearby. Okay. Alright, let's eat some energy bars because I'm gonna get hungry. Okay. Right, White Rabbit. Reference to... Is it a reference to Alice in Wonderland, or is it a reference to The Matrix? I'll let you decide. So, going along. Now, I'm doing this to get levels so that I can unlock more equipment. Oh, that Heidelberg is quite a distance away. Portable constructor's finished. Let's see, what do I need for a motorcycle? 1 iron ingot. Okay, let's make a motorcycle. I'll be able to get there faster. While I'm at it, let's make a grilled steak. Via my suit constructor, I'm going to make some bandages and some rations. Okay, so that makes a motorbike construction kit, and from that I can make a motorbike. I can eat the steak, eat the honey. Motorcycle, right, everything out there. We'll go over the portal constructor in more detail. I want to get to the Heidelberg, and I'm going to end the video here, there rather. So, on your bicycle, or motorcycle in this case, off we go. Most wonderful transport in the game. It has its issues. There's a spider's nest, we want to stay away from that. And that would be one of the issues. It's not too terrible. It does look like I'm going to have to cross water though. Grab some vegetables while I'm at it. More points, more points. Okay, I could have gone across there, it would have been fine. Let's go. And there goes the bike. Yep, it's another problem. Okay, let's get up to the top before we start to drown. Oh, that was not very good. Let me guess, this is like a little island that I should have actually driven around. Human remains, okay. Yeah, okay, let's go with that. I really don't think it should have given me the Heidelberg's name before we actually got to it. They might have to fix that still. That's another surface rock, that is silicon. There's some more copper, we'll get back to that. Okay, I think I'm in range of it now. Let's go. fast transporter. We should have a look anyway. Find wreckage. Possible target for your investigation. It's showing an electromagnetic signal. Have a look inside. Okay, apparently there's electronics. Wait, what's this? Okay, so this is where I pick up the log. Okay, so the ship was attacked by Xerax. Who are the Xerax? And, you know, there's no explanation who they are at this point. Apparently this ship, the people on the ship know who they are. Okay. Alright, so your character somehow knows this person. So the wreckage has been here a long time. You can see the rust on there. So it looks like it's using like a mechanism to count down there. So we've just landed, but apparently this ship has been here for a very long time. Close to a year. What events of our arrival? How does that explain anything? Unstable warp fields. Okay, so where did we warp to? Where are we now? How is this still in? Is this still in the Milky Way galaxy? Because we last thing was that we were near Jupiter, but somehow there's Xerax around here. And okay, so we're a year out for some reason. Should investigate the wreckage more closely. Yeah, okay. Detected an electronic current. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. That's enough for one video. I think this was a lot to take in for a first video, so my apologies for that. Should maybe have just done one video just on that very first beginning part, because that took a lot longer than I expected it to. We're going to leave it here. We'll pick up the electronic current and the UCH Heidelberg's mystery in the next episode. So let's see how we go. Thanks for watching, and please like, subscribe if you are not subscribed. That would help me very much, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you very much.